Hi everyone, good morning. It is Natasha from the Thriftaholic. Um, Good morning. Happy Friday, and I am excited for the weekend. I would love to know what you guys are doing this weekend, or what you do every weekend, if you can leave it in the comments down below. Also, is it terribly hot where you are? I know that it's supposed to be record heat pretty much everywhere. It is going to be 115 degrees here in Arizona. Um, the highest that it's been since we've moved here was, I think, 117. Hot. Anyways, today's video, I've been doing a lot of videos on budgeting, business, bins haul videos, like what's in the bag videos, but this video is different than those. It is just kind of updating. I am a year officially in with Kesimpta. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Natasha. I am 41 years old. We recently, it'll be 2 years in December that we moved to Arizona from Colorado, which is where we lived all of our lives. So we moved here, me and my husband, and our children. Both of them are, I would say, grown. However, one is a full-time college student in Colorado, and our other child is actually getting ready to start HVAC schooling, so that is great. So this video is just trying to update you on Kesimpta, but also just like a life update if anybody really cares. And I'm actually just doing this video because I've had a lot of body changes, things going on with my body, and I'm kind of just curious if anybody else has dealt with it before, when having, MS or a chronic illness. I think that I may be going through menopause. I feel like I'm having issues with my hormones. For some reason, when I went to the doctor this last time, I asked her to do blood work to check all my hormones to make sure they're right. But she said it was super expensive to have it done at a regular primary care's office, that I should go to a OBGYN. Have you ever heard of that before? I'm not sure. I don't think I've talked to you guys since I paid for additional testing to be done on my blood work, because I knew something was going on, because I am consistently gaining weight. I think since we've moved here, again, almost 2 years ago, I believe I've gained 60 or more pounds, and that is significant, and I don't know how, meaning like I'm not sitting on the couch eating all day. I swim every day. I have a smartwatch, and all 3 of the rings are completed every single day. I run 2 businesses that are household, and I barely eat anything. At this point, if we go out to eat, or if we order something, I order off the kids' menu, and I only eat about half of that. So I've been actually complaining about my struggles to my doctor for several months, asking her to check my thyroid. She kept on saying that it was perfectly fine. And then I went this last time, which was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. Let me backtrack. I paid for a kit to be sent to my house called Let's Check. It's called Let's Check. I can show you that. Here we go. I can just show you what I'm talking about. Because they kept on saying that they don't see anything wrong. They checked my blood work through, through the regular primary care doctor, and they said my blood work was fine, which I know that something is wrong. So this is the, it's called Let's Get Checked. where you can pay for different, all kinds of different tests, at-home tests that you can have done. And so I paid for, I think it was $120 to get a thyroid test. It's called Thyroid Plus testing kit sent to me. I did what it told me to do. I sent it back, and then I got a notification on here that says that my thyroid is abnormal. So then I took that information and I called the doctor's office and scheduled an appointment. I actually just did a video phone conference because of other symptoms that I was having. They were worried that I had COVID. So she immediately started me on levothyroxine, the minimum dose, which I think is 0.25. And then I scheduled an actual appointment where I go in. This is a completely different doctor. I told her what's been going on, my symptoms and everything. I told her that I did this. I actually printed out the information that they used in order to test my blood, and she told me that they did it incorrectly the last 2 times, and that they had on my actual chart that I was on dialysis. And so I don't even know, but she increased my levothyroxine right away to 50. And then I explained to her that I wanted my hormones and stuff checked. She had me do, pee in a cup and everything. And I'm kind of just frustrated at this point because it's been a couple weeks and nobody's contacted me. 7 vials of blood were taken that day, and they didn't actually do any testing on my urine. The only thing that they tested with all 7 vials was my thyroid levels again, which I don't know. It obviously came back that it was good because I'm now on, I've been on a levothyroxine, a medicine to treat thyroid, for over a month by this point. It was the lower dose, but so I'm back to where I was before. I weigh more than I ever have, even after having or being pregnant with my children, and I'm much more active than I was previously, and I eat a whole lot less. And I'm worried that I also have menopause because I have hot flashes like crazy all the time. I snapped at my son twice yesterday, and that's just not my personality. So I don't know what to do at this point. I can't seem to keep up with my clothing. None of my clothing fit. I tried to go get other clothing that is bigger, and then it fits once and then is too small. So it's just a very, very upsetting, and you just don't feel good. If I eat something that isn't salad, which I eat mostly just salad, when I eat, my stomach bloats up like I'm 3 months pregnant or more, and I feel completely awful. But Kesimpta is going well. I'm a year in now. I've not had any issues with inflammation or irritation at the injection site. I do try to move it around quite frequently. If you do not know what Kesimpta is a newly released medication to help slow down the progression of multiple sclerosis. There's nothing out there that actually gets rid of this disease. It's a chronic disease, painful disease, and it has its own mind. You can be fine in the morning, but mid-afternoon you could be laying in bed completely exhausted, or parts of your body's not working correctly, or you're numb or tingly, or all of the above, and I look like this. So everybody thinks that I am perfectly fine, which I clearly am not. So, and I know that if you have multiple sclerosis or a chronic disease, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. It is a blessing and a disguise to just be like this all the time, because you can't physically see what people with chronic diseases are going through in the inside of their body. So it's very difficult for people to believe you, or also to empathize with what you're going through, because they can't physically see the things that you're telling them are going on. And I feel like that's the same thing that I'm kind of having to deal with when it is my weight and the bloating and all of that. When I discuss that with her, meaning my doctor, I think it's a blanket statement that people say, regardless if you're trying to lose weight or not, if you're watching what you're eating, if you're actually exercising. It's just hard. And it's hard wrapping my mind around the fact that I am a larger person now. I mean, I think that's probably the most difficult part. I've always been pretty active, always working on my stomach as much as I can. It's physically difficult to do that when you have MS or other chronic illnesses. When your internal body gets elevated to a certain amount, I can feel my body freaking out. I can feel my body shaking on the inside. My legs, you can physically see them shaking. It's just something that for me is absolutely a problem. So my solution to that, and I know that is not available for everyone, is I have a beautiful pool that we keep heated so that I can utilize that in order to work out. And I do that every day, between 15 and 30 minutes every single day. I work out in the pool as much as I can, utilizing it to help strengthen my core. I do tons of leg exercises that I've made up on my own, because I can feel it, the good pain that that muscles and stuff are working because you are exercising them and moving them. And so I've been doing that. It's just really just a frustrating thing to be going through. I mean, I know that other people are going through other things, but this is something that I'm sure that probably other women especially have dealt with or are dealing with. And just your overall body image for yourself, not anyone else, to know that you're doing all of these things to try to help yourself. And I already physically have problems with pain in my back. I know and understand that the more weight that I gain, the more problems that I'm going to have with that pain in my back and my legs and the bottom of my feet. And I'm not sure what to do about it at this point. I don't have clothes that fit me. It's just a lot. And I would just love to know if you guys have dealt with this before, and what you ultimately did for yourself to help get through it. If you have any suggestions of things that I haven't tried or willing to try, I do think that I'm going to try to be on a really strict low carb diet, because I can't physically feel like this anymore. I just physically feel ill, nauseous all the time, and I know that is partly due to the fact that I have hypothyroidism. I also know that is also because I have multiple sclerosis, but I can't live like this every single day. There has to be something that I can do or have the doctors help me with in order to just be more, not feel sick all the time, physically feel ill, bloated, and I barely eat anything. I just don't understand. I just need help with this. So again, any suggestions, if you have any suggestions as far as like comfy lounge type of clothing while I go through this transitional period, because I can't keep up with the weight that I'm gaining at this point. All of my clothes always seem like they never fit after the first time that I wear them, and it's just super frustrating and daunting, and I just need to help figure it out. So Kesimpta is great. The medicine, I haven't had any issues with it at all. If I can help you with any questions you may have about that medication, just leave that down below. I am super happy that part is going well, as far as the medication, and it's a lot more, because before I was going into the guys, I have a problem with my words sometimes, and that's also due to the MS. The infusion suite, I usually was doing Tysabri and would have to go into the office for about 2 hours every month. And just the simple fact that I can just do it in the privacy of my own home, especially with COVID and everything going on. I don't know about you, speaking to you that has a chronic illness or disease, is it difficult for you to leave your home at this point? Because it is terribly difficult for me to leave my home at this point. I would prefer to not, and I know that that's not great, but it's just I have a major fear of getting terribly sick, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want somebody else to breathe on me. The masks, I've said in my previous video, I have I have severe sinusitis, and the masks, if I wear the mask for even an hour to go to like my neurology appointment, I will be in bed the next day with my whole face just hurting constantly. And that's just something that I have dealt with through most of COVID and living here in Arizona. So between the fear of getting terribly sick because I have a very compromised immune system, but also the mask also contributing to me being sick and not being able to do all the jobs that I need to do as a mom or a business owner, I would just prefer to stay home. And I just wonder if that has any effect on anybody else that is watching this video, because it's more not even to a point of being scared at this point. It was originally, but it's just why take the risk? I can't even tell you really the last time that it's been about 2.5 weeks since I have left my house. I used to go thrifting every Thursday because we have Dollar Day here, and it's literally 5 minutes from my house, but it just it drives me absolutely crazy to know that I am putting myself in that situation, to be that type of sick. I already know what it feels like to be horribly sick, and nobody know or understand that feeling. I lived that for years and years and years, and being here in Arizona, and me choosing not to go out, I feel like my symptoms and things have drastically decreased when it comes to my multiple sclerosis symptoms, if that makes sense. And if I can keep from having to wear a mask, which I understand that there are minimal mask mandates right now, I personally would always wear a mask again, because I cannot afford to take that risk of getting sick. And I just wonder if there's anybody else that has that mentality or is going through something like that. It has nothing to do with being depressed. Depression is part of having multiple sclerosis, so I do treat that, but I just wonder if anybody else is having a hard time with that, just since COVID happened and the shutdown really of the world, and then going back into the world, and the Omicron, all of those. I can't do it. And I don't know, guys. I'm kind of just rambling of all the things that constantly go through my mind, the anxiety, all of that. If I can stay in my home where I feel completely safe, and I don't have to worry about my anxiety going crazy while I'm someplace, wearing a mask and being completely full with sinus problems the very next day, and that's exhausting, and that was happening often. It still happens quite often. And then on top of that, just being worried that you will be sick with some sort of illness from COVID. Those three things, those three reasons, and my own personal health keeps me here. And I don't have a problem with it, but my family knows that is the reason that I've chosen to not. But I don't know if that is terribly healthy or not. I don't know. I would really just like your opinion or your comment, suggestion, anything really, on any of the things that I have just blabbed about here for the last 25 minutes. It's just a difficult place to be in my space right now. Life is crazy, the world is crazy right now, and I just choose to be in certain parts of that, and that would mean that it would just be my family here in our home. We don't have any family or friends here. We have all of them are live in Colorado or Texas. They do come and visit every once in a while, some of them, but to be honest, with everything going on and the things that I personally am feeling in regards to my health and the outside stuff, I would just prefer it to be that way. That could be, I don't know. I'm going to end this video. If you are dealing with any of the things that I have said here, just know that you are not alone. Just work on yourself, and you will have bad days. If you are new to MS, I will do another video on that. But if you are new to MS or having a chronic illness, or anxiety, depression, or all of the above, which it is difficult in ICU, and hopefully we can help each other. I hope you guys have a good Friday and have a good weekend.